It's Rebecca and Marlene here, and today we want to talk to you about the Faster Masters Rowing subscription program. We want to show you what we've made because, of course, we're really pretty proud of it, but we also want to give you a bit of a guided tour so that you can see whether you think this might be an appropriate thing for you to buy for yourself, for your crew, or for your club. Marlene, tell me first, what gave you the idea for a subscription training program for Masters Rowers?
Well, I think as we started our original Faster Masters rowing series a couple of years ago, we did some individual episodes talking about performance topics that related to Masters rowing. And actually for quite a while, I've wanted to create something that was like an archive or a library, or let's call it a online training camp for masters, something that's a resource that's designed specifically for masters. That's our passion, that's our interest, and something that has our voice, our style of coaching, our style of presenting materials and coaching on the water. So this creating a month-by-month subscription was one way that we could branch out to reach people in many different countries. You have connections, a lot of connections in the UK and Australia, New Zealand. I work with a lot of Americans and Canadians and Europeans. So it's one way that I think we could provide a really good training resource service for masters and talk about all things masters. There isn't anything like it out there on the market right now.
I'm going to move straight into, here's the website.
Okay, great. Let's look at it.
This is how you go. So top right is the login, and I'm going to log in now. And the menu changes after you log in. It just has buy a program and the blog. And here's my dashboard. It says, welcome back, Rebecca, and it says who I am. And I am registered for 4 products. I have gotten the individual membership, the crew membership, the club and coach group, and the magazine. Now, that's because obviously I set them all up. But if you go to the buy a program page before logging in, you will see the detail of each of these. And basically, each one explains who it's designed for. So the crew membership is for a regular program is built on modules. So there are 6 basic modules: a training program, technique program, land training, peak performance tips, rowing lifestyle, a bonus. And each of the different modules is the same for the base program. So the magazine does not include the training program and the land training, but it has everything else. The individual program includes the training program and the land training. The crew program has everything that's in the individual, plus you get video analysis 3 times a year of your crew. And the coach or club monthly coaching calls for up to 3 people on top of everything that's inside the crew program. So that's how it's designed. So what we're going to do now is go into the individual program, and we're going to show you what it looks like. So here from my dashboard, I scroll down, and here you can see all of the modules. They've got slightly different styles here. So this one with the dots shows that I have started doing this program. This is because the software we use is designed for online education, and it's expecting to teach you lessons. That's why it calls it lessons. But I'm going to expand all here, and you can now see the detail of everything that's inside your training program, which is here. So Marlene, would you like to just talk through what's in here?
Sure, absolutely. I'll give you an overview. And in the training program module, the way that we have coded the topics is TRN means training, and then I put the month and the year. So for example, 0419 means this isn't the April 19th program. Right now we are in the May program, so that's going to be TRN 0519. And because we work with different populations in different parts of the world, and we have different racing schedules, most months you're going to see two different training programs in the training module. For example, in May right now, we have the May training program for 1K for the May-June peak. Now, the May-June peak are crews who are in Australia or in Britain who have their national championships in these months. So if you're living in those countries, and we write this information in the description, when you click on your training program, it'll say in the introduction, this is if your peak is in May or June, follow this program, and there's instructions for the taper. For our crews who are competing in North American Masters Championships or say FISA World Masters, we have another program, which is the May program for an August-September peak. So if you are training for an event that is in mid to late August or early September, this is the program that you would want to follow for May. And for example, next month, we will be shifting into the beginning of our fall head racing preparation. So we will see the August 1K program, and then we will also see, this is your June program if your peak is in the fall in October, November. So if there are any other particular notes, they will be added into the training section. And we also have a reference for the training program guidelines, which we've given you really detailed information how to read the workouts. If you need to adapt the weekly schedule to fit your schedule, what are the most important workouts to do? How does cross-training fit into this? What are the training categories? What do they mean? It's a really, really detailed set of guidelines that will give you all the answers to the most common questions. And if you have more questions, just send them to us in the forum. There's a topic of this month's training program. Send us a question, and then we can discuss it with the group. If there's one question, probably more than two people have a question.
Good stuff. So moving down to the technique program, which is a second module. Here, again, we followed the same labeling. So TCH stands for technique. 0519 is May 2019. A stationary drill. I'll just go into it. So I've clicked on that, and this will now load up, and it opens up that lesson for you to view. And here it is. There's the video. I'm not going to hit it now, but you hit the play button when you're ready. And down at the bottom here, it explains what the video is showing, how to practice this drill in a single. But it's an excellent drill to practice in a team boat. And we explain a little bit more detail here. And when you've watched it, you can then click this button that says Mark Complete. And what it then does is when we go back into the main feature, it gives a green tick mark, a check mark here to show that you have done that lesson. And it's now moved me onto, in fact, the previous lesson, which was technique from March, a stroke focus on posture. So this is an article lesson.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and right now,
a lot of detail, things that you can do.
Yes, and for our articles, we leave them up for a couple of months because you may join mid-month into the program, and this way you can go back and you will see, oh, this was our stroke focus on posture. or this month is our stroke focus is on stability and balance. So each month we're going to have a different focus from a technical point of view. And there will be a video that may be a video of Rebecca coaching. It may be a video of me coaching or of us preparing a drill, plus a supportive article. So every month there will be something added into the stroke focus of the month with some supporting drills there that you can work on in the water.
Great. And here you can see on the summary page, I now have 2 green checks. Reference document, which is permanently there. This is always here for you to go back to if you need to understand how to do some of the strength program exercises and drills. Again, we've got it split into the May-June peak and the August-September peak, and these then parallel the training program. Here's a specific video that Marlene has put together called the Sculling Band Pull-Aparts. And here back in April, we have posture exercises and another reference document called ERG category paces, so you can understand how to pace your land training on the rowing machine. Now, the third module is called Peak Performance Tips. Marlene, what have you put in here?
Well, Peak Performance Tips is the module where we want to help you improve your performance. So this will improve racing skills. So we may have topics related directly to how do you develop your 1K race plan. Our June module is going to focus on racing starts. It can be anything that's related to improving your actual race. The other thing that we want to include in Peak Performance Tips is also your mental training and articles that relate to mindset, focusing, concentration, things that address the mental side of performing on a high level to achieve your goals, as well as concrete skills that you can practice to race better. So this is a fun module.
The next module is called Rowing Lifestyle Advice. So this is more of a broad approach to the sorts of things that will help you in general look after your body and the way you live. So we have a buckwheat bread recipe, article here about overtraining syndrome, which it's important that people recognize the symptoms. We've got an article here on recovery for masters. And this is where you will just get some general broader tips and techniques that you might enjoy practicing. And the last fun module is called Bonus Gifts. Now in here, we've got several ebooks, which are a joining gift from us to you. So when you first join, you will get a welcome gift. One is called Warming Up Before Rowing. Then the Technique as You Age article, which is a really important one for everyone to read, because we can set your expectations about what is and is not likely to be happening to all of us as we carry on rowing but are getting older. And then we also have those 3 are a welcome gift, and they're always there for you. And then we have the gift from May and then the gift from April. Over here on the left side, we have a menu that will help you work around the logged in part of Faster Master. So you can only get to these if you are a logged in user. Marlene mentioned the forum. On the forum page, we have a separate forum for each of the programs. And if you're enrolled, for example, here in the individual one, you can click on it and post a question, create a new topic, and then explain what your challenge is. And then we can do our best to answer them. Here was a very good question written a week ago by Jeff, who was asking about land water training, and a detailed response, and then a second response. Now, the other area of support is here on the left sidebar, and it's called support. And this is for an individual question, which they call tickets, that you can send to us. These are intended for technical challenges if the website is not working the way you want, or if you have a question that is so unique to you that it wouldn't benefit others to read it by putting it in the forum. And obviously these are private and no one else can read them. So if you have a private question, this is where you should put it. On the right, we have a sidebar with our recent blog posts. These are public, and these are tied in with the Faster Masters Rowing radio podcast, which we do once a month. If you're subscribed to getting these podcasts, they will also be a free addendum and additional material, and we'll use them to some of the training information that'll be in the Faster Masters program. And of course, we're hoping people will listen in, and after that, they will buy themselves a program. Back to my dashboard. And then the final part is here on the right-hand side. I can log out. And it'll take me back to the main menu of Faster Masters. So that's the end of our quick run through of the Faster Masters program. We hope that you'll give it a go. Please understand, when you join, it is a subscription. That means we take a payment every month. We've chosen to use PayPal as our payment subscription provider, and PayPal is somewhat quirky. When you put the item in your shopping cart, checkout in Norway, a couple of you had some challenges using PayPal when they didn't already have a PayPal account. It does say to you, would you like to pay with a credit card or use your PayPal account? We recommend you open a PayPal account first before you try and check out, because the instructions from PayPal are somewhat confusing. We are here to help, though. If you get into trouble, we've talked to a couple of people through it, and we will make it work. And so the way it'll work is each month it will take your payment, and then you will be opened up to access the documentation in that month's training program for Faster Masters.
And Rebecca, could I add one thing in? That we just went through our individual solo program, which includes the strength program and the water programs at this time of year. In winter, it may be ergs. But if you already have a coach, or you're currently on a training program, but you would like to really continue to improve your technique, improve your performance, we've designed the magazine subscription to give you the access. It gives you the access to all of the videos and the articles without the training programs. So you will still get drills every month. You'll get exercises every month to work on. It just does not have the training program component to it, but can basically be like having a little technique camp every month at home.
We look forward to welcoming you onto the Faster Masters training programs, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you.